The Jewish story. This week's story from the Holocaust is taken from the book Fire in the Ashes, God, Evil and the Holocaust, edited by Patterson and Roth. Has the question ever come up for you as to whether after Auschwitz we can just go on living as normal? Patterson and Roth write in their Postscript, fire was the dominant image in this tragedy. Quote, Elie Wiesel. Having come to the end of this sifting through the ashes of the Shoah, we come to no end. But we do come to a realization. The Czech author and survivor Arnošt Lustig puts it this way. These ashes would be indestructible and immutable. They would not burn up into nothingness because they themselves were remnants of fire. They will be contained in books which haven't been written and will be found in the remotest regions of the earth. No one will be able to get rid of them, for they will be the fond, nagging ashes of the dead. In 1986, a single cloud of radiation rose up from a single chimney in Chernobyl. Within days, radiation levels in Montana were up. Thus the winds of the earth tie each person to every event on the planet. How deeply then are we bound to the event called the Holocaust, when not one chimney, but dozens of chimneys bellowed clouds of ashes into the air, not for a single day, but for 1,000 days. Those ashes abide in the bread we harvest from the earth and place in our mouths. They stir in our bodies that are made from that bread, and they disturb our souls in a transformation of those ashes into the outcry that haunts this volume. In that ashen outcry we have an inversion of the first question put to the first human being, Ayeka, where are you? The same word, pronounced Ayeka, opens the book of Lamentations, how the city sits solitary, that was full of people. Ayeka then is a cry not only of where, but also of how. It is a cry of anguish put to the one who seems no longer to hear. Ayeka, how could you? It is a cry that haunts the question we put to each other and to the reader in this volume. How do God and evil go together in the post-Holocaust era? And yet, in the very question, in the midst of the she'elah, or question, is hidden the Aleph Lamed, the El, the God, that signifies the one to whom and about whom we cry out. As Emmanuel Levinas has stated, the glory of the infinite reveals itself through what it is capable of doing in the witness. Whether or not it is the glory of the infinite that is revealed in the disturbance of the witnesses who speak in this book, one thing is clear. The dialogical encounters that comprise it are the manifestation of an upheaval that shakes us to the core. Nor is it just the ashes that disturb us, it is the fire in the ashes. Elie Wiesel tells of a poet who was once asked what he would retrieve from his house if it should catch fire. The poet answered, why, the fire, of course. Margaret Brearley, fetching the fire from the burning house of Jacob, finds not only that the God of Jacob is a consuming fire, but also that there is a God of evil who opposes the consuming fire with a fire of his own. Indeed, evil here appears to be a kind of God, the false God of the Nazis' Dionysian religion, for only a new God, it seems, can oppose the God of Abraham, Isaac and Jacob. And yet the followers of the false Nietzschean God opposed the consuming fire of Abraham, Isaac and Jacob, were themselves consumed. Thus Brearley brings us to a reconsideration of the question concerning the relation between God and evil by opening our eyes to the Nazi God, with a small g. Not as a God who intends a wrong-headed good, but precisely as a God of evil. The question with which Brearley leaves us, then, concerns not the relation between God and evil, but between God and evil with a small g. If the Nazis would be as God in their assault on God, that is the God they would be like, and the one God to oppose them is the God of Abraham. Please pass on these words.